kind of arriving. If you've decided to practice along with some music, the playlist is the breath dance playlist. That's the wrong song. And you can go ahead and start it on the first one in 3, 2, 1. And just beginning to get settled, beginning to arrive, noticing what's going on in your body. Any tension, just kind of tuning into it, tuning into the awareness of where everything is, where it's at, what it feels like. And slowly just turning your attention inward to your breath. Perhaps you let your eyes close, your gaze soften, just notice your breath. And breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Just to release some of that extra built up CO2 we probably had from whatever stressful stuff we've had go on this week. If you're watching this later, it was Thanksgiving week. So if you've had any of that kind of stress going on, just breathing in and sighing it out. And then your next breath, bringing your shoulders up to your ears, but really clench them, pull the tension into them. And exhale, sigh it out and let them drop. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale, really tight, tensing up. Exhale, sighing it out. 1 more time. Inhale, pulling up, tensing them. And exhale, sighing it out. Just getting in tune with our Ujjayi breath. So that's the breath where we breathe in kind of like a surprise. And exhale, kind of like we're fogging up a mirror. That Darth Vader voice. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale through your nose like a surprise. And exhale. And just maintaining this sensation throughout your practice, coming back to that whenever you lose it. And on your inhale, take your arm over your body and use your opposite arm to kind of gently pull, kind of creating a sensation of stretching and lengthening. And releasing. Inhale, other arm, just kind of stretching and pulling. You're really feeling it in your shoulder girdle, your trap. Then exhale, releasing. And 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms come up really high. Interlace your fingers, palms up, and just gently take a back bend, kind of just lifting your heart, lifting your head. And exhale, comes down. Inhale, right arm comes up and over and gently kind of pulls the neck over. So you're stretching all of this out here. So you can let your hand fall if you'd like. Just take a couple breaths here. Feeling that stretch and release. And releasing. Inhale, doing the opposite side. Exhale, gently pulling it down, feeling the stretch all through here. Taking a couple breaths as you just feel it unwind and release. Move your head however you need to really feel the stretch in the place you need to. It might be kind of the back of your trap. It might be kind of the front, might be your delt. But either way, just move till you feel it. And release. Inhale, both arms up. Then exhale, twist to the side. Just take a breath here and really use your fingers to kind of engage your body a little bit more, maybe deepen the twist just a little bit more. And inhale, arms up and back to center. And exhale, twist, and again, kind of using your fingers just to take it a little bit deeper. And inhale back to center. And coming over onto all fours. So hands and wrists are right under the shoulders. Knees are right under the hips. Feet are flat on the tops of your feet are flat on the mat. And inhale your right arm up. And exhale, thread the needle. So bring it under and come down on your right shoulder, your right upper arm. And just breathe into the sensation, the stretch through your side body, through your arm, through your shoulder. And on your next inhale, coming back to center. And on an inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, thread the needle through there, coming down on your left upper arm, shoulder. Your palm can be facing up to get more of a sensation in the stretch. And inhale back to center. Remaining there on all fours, just on the inhale, let your chest lift, so cat, kind of stretching out and arching our back, and exhale, round over cow. Really, in the cow, hang here for a breath or two. Just kind of wiggle around, feel your head dropping, really kind of let all that tension fall out of your neck, shake your head around if you need to. And on your inhale, back up to cat. And exhale, cow. And once again, just kind of moving around so you're really feeling, maybe even pushing through your hands a little more just to kind of engage your shoulders a little bit more and feel a stretch there. And inhale, cat. And exhale one more time. Moving around, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Just getting it all woken up and out. And back to center. And now just staying here, just take some circles with your body. That can just be little circles kind of around your shoulders, warming up your shoulder sockets. It can be your whole body if you want to. Just kind of feeling things waking up, moving around. You can move your head with it, do some head circles if you want to. There's no rhyme or reason here. And just switch directions whenever you feel like it. And taking one child's pose, so kind of widening your knees just a little bit and sitting back onto your heels. Your head can come down to the mat if you want to, but the sensation I want you to go after is kind of reaching your hands out as far as you can so you really feel upper back, neck, shoulders, just starting to kind of stretch and release. And when that feels complete, just coming up to standing, however you want to get there. And inhale, arms come up, both arms, so they're pointing high. I don't know if you can see me. So they're pointing high up in the sky. And just exhale to the right. You can even pull your wrist, like use one hand to pull your wrist if that feels like more of a stretch. And inhale, center. And switching sides. Exhale, again, you can use your wrist, like grab your wrist and pull over if that feels right. And inhale, center. And hands to heart center. And just take a second, breathe, connect with yourself. Just notice You hear me? Just notice kind of what's going on. Just take a second to see what you felt wake up, what you felt like you need today, if you got any clear on what that might be. And just kind of set an intention for however you want to show up today, whatever you want to really honor in your body today, what you need out of this practice. When you have that clear in your mind, let your arms come down, shoulders roll back, really kind of open up your chest. Shoulder blades are kind of meeting together. That's the sensation we want. And your feet are firm on the ground, standing tall in mountain. Just really feel your shoulders kind of dropping back, dropping down the back of your body. Wonderful. On the inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so flat back, hands on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, come up to standing. Just take it back to mountain pose again. You're just kind of rolling your shoulders back down, creating that openness, really kind of giving your body that steady base so it can finally let go of some tension. Inhale, arms come up again. Maybe take a little back bend. Just kind of reach back as far as you want. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, come back up to mountain. Roll your shoulders back. Take a breath. One last time. Inhale, arms come up. Let it come back a little bit. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips. Shoulders come back into mountain pose. And just take a second here. Just notice what sensations you got going on, what your body's trying to tell you. Just noticing. On the next breath, right foot stays pointing forward, left foot comes back parallel. So we're going into warrior two. So just kind of check your hips. We want to kind of have that sensation of that front bent leg, that hip is kind of coming forward, and that back hip is kind of coming back. So it's almost like you're kind of squaring your hips off just a little bit. That kind of supports that feeling of stability, and it makes it a little more comfortable. So then when you take your arms up, you are gazing over your front hand, but your hips are still coming like this way. So just kind of check your alignment, see how it feels in your body to kind of notice that. See what adjustments you might need to make to feel more stable. And when you notice that, just flip your right or your front palm up. So the palm is pointing up. And exhale, bring it up in your left hand or your back hand back. And inhale back to start. Exhale, come back. Inhale to start. One last time. Exhale back. And inhale to start. Exhale, left hand or back hand comes up where the front one comes to your right thigh. And inhale back to start. Exhale, bring it forward again. Inhale back to start. And exhale forward one more time. And inhale to start. And straighten your front leg. Turn your feet so they're pointing towards the corners of the mat. And just take a second here. Again, let your shoulders roll back down your back. And I'll invite you as we go into a wide-legged forward fold, do what feels good in your shoulders. If it's to hold your elbows and kind of swing, go for it. If that helps release your neck. If you want to clasp your hands behind your back and stretch out that way, whatever you want to do that's going to support that. So hinge at the hips, forward fold on the exhale. And you can let everything hang down if you want to, head, arms. You can grab opposite elbows and swing. You can clasp hands behind your back. Just release, just breathe. Imagine all the tension in your neck and shoulders just pouring into the ground. Everything from this week, everything from the holiday, anything coming up for you, just imagine it melting down and into the ground. And when you feel ready, on an inhale, bring your hands to your hips and exhale to standing. And turn left foot out the other way, or whichever foot you didn't use, out to this other direction. So it's pointing forward. Back foot is parallel. And again, the front leg, you just bend a little bit into it, but just checking your hips. So that sensation of the back hip kind of going back, the front hip kind of going forward, not to force it to do that, it's just to kind of feel that imagery. And whenever it feels right to you and you feel stable, arms can come up. Gaze over the front hand. Just checking in with your stability, getting our grounding back today. Front palm turns up, and on an exhale, front hand comes up, back hand comes down. Inhale back to center. And exhale. Inhale, center. And exhale one more time. Inhale, center. And you're going to go the other way. Exhale, front hand comes down onto the thigh, back hand comes over. Inhale, center. And exhale. Inhale, center. One last time, exhale. And inhale, center. We turn our feet so they point towards the corners of our mat. Just take a second, let shoulders roll down your back. And when you feel ready, on an exhale, hinging at the hips and folding forward. One more time with that sensation of whatever you need to feel it all melting down into the ground, leaving it on the mat. And on an inhale, bringing your hands to your hips. And exhale, hinging and coming up to standing. Just bring your feet together. Just take a second, maybe go back into mountain, maybe a space of connection. Just check in with your body. Notice what's going on. Notice what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. Move a little bit if you need to, just to kind of see and to be aware of what you are actually feeling or noticing. And we're going to go into a fun kind of stability flow. So going along the lines of getting our stability back, getting our feet back under us, getting our zen back. So I'm going to start on the, let's see, the left foot. So I don't know which one that looks like on your screen, but starting on the left foot and bringing, you can bring your hands to your hips if you want to, or hands to your side, but just bringing that right foot out front and just finding your stability. Even just with this can sometimes be hard when we've lost our balance. And exhale, bringing it over to the side. And on another exhale, bringing it into tree. So that can be on your ankle, that can be on your calf, it can be up here on your thigh, just not your knee. And maybe you want to grow your tree here. Or maybe you want your hands in prayer, whatever feels right to you. But the sensation of both sides kind of coming together in harmony to find stability. Embrace the wobble as you come out of this and just find your stability again. Wonderful. Inhale and exhale. Bring that foot out again to the front. And on an inhale, bring it in. Inhale again. Oh, and if you, whatever you need to do, if you're falling out of it, embrace the wobble, come back. Oh, this is a hard side for me. And on an exhale, bringing it back out. And one last part of our flow, we're going to cross our leg over the other one, so it's a little bit above the knee, and just kind of bend down just a teeny tiny bit into eagle. And coming back out of it and just shaking it all out. Move around, whatever you got to do. Notice how it felt to try and find balance on that side. Get curious about what came up for you, what it feels like when you're trying to achieve balance. And when you feel ready, I'm just going to kind of slowly move to the right side. So inhale, leg comes out. Hands can be wherever you need them to be. Oh, and on an exhale, out to the side. Inhale. Oh, coming out of this one already. Exhale into tree. We can grow our tree on an inhale. Imagining those two sides coming together for stability, feeling all four corners of your right foot. Oh, embrace the wobble. And exhale, leg comes out one more time. And inhale, bring it in. Point your foot down like a ballet dancer if you want to for some extra flexion. This one always gets me. And exhale, we bring it out. Get stable again. Whew. And exhale, cross it over into eagle. You can come down if you want to. You can stay right there, whatever floats your boat. Find your sitter. And exhale, it comes out one more time and drop it down. Just kind of shake it out. And just feel yourself smiling. Just notice what the two sides felt like. Was one side different than the other? Notice moments where you had some laughter or some judgment or some feelings about what you were doing. And know that all that matters is you're present and you practice just finding some stability. We wobble when we're looking for it, and it's okay. I love that one. So just take a second to kind of go back into yourself and feel whatever happiness or joy or silliness you want to feel. And just kind of roll your shoulders back down in the mountain. And just maybe your eyes closed gently, but just notice kind of a smile on your face, a half smile if that's all you got, but just noticing what it feels like to play around, to shake things off. Just try to get our balance back. Beautiful. Now come down. We're going to come down into down dog. I know we don't do a lot of these in this class, so I'm going to give you some ideas on how to do it. So you can simply come down into a forward fold with your hands on the ground. They're shoulder width apart, and you step back into a downward facing dog. If that doesn't work for you or you want to try a different way, you can always kind of take like what yogis call take a vinyasa. So that would be like coming down like we're doing a half salutation, but then coming down into a plank and lowering down. And then halfway lift. And then we tip our toes from here and kind of push back up into downward facing dog. And just kind of walk it out here. So The goal is not to have your heels on the ground. It's just to kind of be feeling some sensation. So just kind of move your legs, really kind of noticing you shouldn't have any pressure on your wrists. Everything should kind of be coming from your center, your core. So if you are feeling some pressure on your wrist, really try to focus on engaging your shoulders down your back, feeling sensation of your tailbone rising high to the sky. Wonderful. And from here then, we're just going to take our right leg up and then kind of bring it through and just come down, kind of like we're going into pigeon, but we're just going to chill on the ground. So basically it's a fancy way to just get down on the ground. So you're going to have one leg is going to be bent. It's kind of in front of you. The other leg is kind of bent behind you. And if you notice, it's kind of like 290 degrees. So taking whichever leg is your front leg, for me, I think on my screen it's my left. So taking my left hand and planting it behind me, just kind of like a kickstand. Inhale, I'm going to bring the left hand up and I'm going to push up on that back hand and just kind of bring my hips up and then let it back down. Adjust if you need to. There shouldn't have been any strain on your shoulder. It's more kind of coming from your hips and moving whatever you need to feel solid here. Bringing that right arm or left arm back again and coming up one more time. Actually, let's do it 3 times each side. So inhale one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, just fold over your front leg. You can come down just a little bit. You can come into it deeper. This is so close to our root chakra, the place where we find our stability. It's the thing that gets all gummed up when we have crap that happens that makes us, just feel like we've lost our balance. So we're just releasing, letting go, letting the breath do the work. And on an inhale, just letting yourself rise back up and bringing your left foot in so that both feet just kind of meet, just kind of together. And they can be way out here. You can bring them in further. Just take a second to kind of rock back and forth, find that place of stability again, that place where you feel really like, okay, I'm steady, I'm seated. And just chill here. You can fold over if you want to, certainly, or you can, go however deep you want to, but just opening up our hips is enough. So whatever gets the sensation you need. I like to kind of rock around in this one. I'm just connecting breath with whatever you're doing. Inhale and exhale. And coming back to center. Just taking your legs out front. So let's see if you can see that. So when we go out in like this kind of position, this L position, it's really helpful to kind of flex your feet a bit. If they're out like this, you're not going to feel as much sensation as if they're really active and alive and kind of flexed. So just kind of chilling here is enough again. You're just finding your stability. You're kind of letting your root chakra really be grounded. If you'd like to come down, you're welcome to. So you're just hinging at the hips and kind of walking your fingers down as far as you'd like it to go. It can be your shins, it can be your ankles, it can be your feet. And just releasing, just staying connected, grounded wherever you're at, wherever you feel the sensation. Just kind of getting centered. And letting your head fall sometimes is really helpful no matter where you're at, even if you're like just kind of sitting up, like just to let your head, your neck fall and kind of release. And inhale, coming back to center. See, so if we're here, then go to the other side. So bringing one leg out in a 90-degree angle, the other leg out in a 90-degree angle, kind of getting set up here, finding your center once again. No matter where we're at, we always have that center place. So taking whichever leg is front, taking that hand behind you to kind of be a kickstand. And inhale, hips come up, arm comes up. And exhale, release. Making any adjustments if that didn't feel right in your shoulder. Inhale, arm comes up, hips come up. And exhale, release. Inhale, coming up one more time. And exhale, release. Breathing in and out. In and folding over the front leg on an exhale, however far you want to go. Once again, just releasing everything we got gummed up around that chakra, anything that's impairing your right to be, your right to have stability, your zen. Letting your head fall, especially to really release everything in the neck and the shoulders. And on an exhale, coming up to seated, and bringing feet together, and moving around so you find your stability, your center again. And you can stay here. You can hinge at the hips and come forward a little bit or a lot. Letting your head just kind of release, hang. Let your shoulders just kind of let it all go. Coming back up on an inhale and stretching your feet back out. Active feet. And again, you can just stay right here. Let your shoulders down, your head drop. If you want some more sensation, you can hinge at the hips and bring your hands forward. And inhale, coming back up. And taking your left arm behind you, so it's kind of directly behind your shoulder, your hip, and then taking your right arm behind you. So the sensation is that both shoulder blades are kind of pulling together. That's the sensation we're looking for. And then just kind of walk them back a little bit until you kind of feel like you can drop back and just kind of kickstand on your arms. Opening up your shoulder, letting your head, your neck release, open your chest up. You need to walk your hands back in to find, like, where it's not, there's no pressure on your wrists or elbows. Go ahead. And coming back up to seated. And this time, come kind of all the way down, but you're stopping on your elbows. So you're coming down onto your back and you're using your forearms, your elbows, your hands to kind of kickstand here. And just let your head fall back. And then bringing your arms out and coming all the way down on your back. And let's see what feels right now. So I think going with this theme, we're just going to take, yes, oh, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go like we're going to go into bridge. So basically just bending the knees and the feet on the ground. And we can certainly just do our normal bridges. So like our hips are coming up on our inhale. You're still going to feel your, your chest, your neck, everything kind of opening up and letting it down on the exhale. And just staying with this. And if you want to try anything else to achieve some more sensation in like our upper body, I'll invite you, only if it feels right, to kind of get into something called wheel. So again, only if it feels right, stop if it doesn't. But you take left hand and kind of put it beside your ear. So it's like our hand just came up and over. Right does the same thing. So we got like this is ready to go and is ready to push us up. So then we kind of get onto our shoulders a little bit and bring everything up and use that to kind of just push us up even to here. If you want to come up even higher, you can. So that's an only if you want to try it thing. So if you do, making sure that your hands, your wrists are right beside your ears and using that to kind of propel you up. And you do not want to like chill on your head. So if it gets to that point, just come back down. I'm not as flexible as I would like to be right now, so I'm not going to go all the way up, but it is an option. So otherwise, just stay with bridge. Inhale and exhale. Just take like 3 more rounds of this. And if you're in wheel, you can come up and down 3 times. And then bring your knees into your chest and just rock around. Really notice what your body's telling you. I absolutely love wheel. It's super fun. It feels like you're being like a circus performer. And I've had some things going on with my wrists recently that really make it kind of not smart to do it. And so this is one of those moments where what we would like to do and what our ego might want to do or what inner child thinks we should do isn't always in our best interest. So really listening to your body is the goal of every part of this. Knowing what you need, knowing when to back it down. And we do that by just practicing listening to it. And knees can come back down. And one last thing to really find our center, twist out everything that's keeping us from being connected with source and center. So bringing, let's do it this way. Let's keep both knees bent and bringing our hips up just a little bit and dropping them over to one side. And then letting our knees just continue falling the rest of the way. And you can bring your arms out to a T for some extra sensation in your neck or shoulder. You can look towards the opposite hand and just breathe. And bringing yourself back to center, straightening your hips out. And then when you're ready, picking them up and dropping them off to the other side and letting your knees fall the rest of the way. And again, looking to that opposite hand if you want some extra sensation, kind of in your shoulders, release what's going on in your neck. And inhale back to center. And preparing for Shavasana, you can bring your legs out wide, your arms out wide, start to get comfy as we fall into that sleep. But also in the theme of the night, sometimes finding what's best for us and what we need and what's going to help us the most to find our stability is changing it up. And if you're ever on your back and you're like, this does not feel right, I don't like this isn't good, you can take any other pose. You don't have to do Shavasana. I think the goal really for us is to just kind of use it to just really come to stillness and quiet and find that within. And you can do that in a bazillion other ways too. So I'm going to take a restorative child's pose. That's my decision for myself today. It's what I need. And so whatever you need, do it. So just take one more breath in and exhale. Just relax and release into whatever you've chosen. Beginning to bring a little bit of awareness back into your body. Just moving your hands, your feet, your fingers and toes. Just starting to wake up and come back into the moment. And rolling over into your favorite side. And slowly, and whenever you're ready, you can stay here. You can come up to seated, just maintaining that quiet space, either through a soft gaze or your eyes closed, just receiving. As you stay connected with your breath, instead of a meditation tonight, I wanted to read something from Language of Letting Go the other day that really, to me, went along with this theme. So just staying in the space of reception and quiet right now. When we first become aware of a problem, a situation, or a feeling, we may react with anxiety or fear. There's no need to fear awareness. No need. Awareness is the first step toward positive change and growth. It's the first step toward solving the problem or getting the need met, the first step toward the future. It's how we focus on the next lesson. Awareness is how life, the universe, and our higher power get our attention and prepare us for change. The process of becoming changed begins with awareness. Awareness, acceptance, and change, that's the cycle. We can accept the temporary discomfort from awareness because that's how we're moved to a better place. We can accept the temporary discomfort because we can trust our higher power and ourselves. Today, I'll be grateful for any awareness I encounter. I'll display gratitude, peace, and dignity when life gets my attention. I'll remember that it's okay to accept the temporary discomfort from awareness because I can trust that it's my higher power moving me forward. And I invite you just to notice how that applies to what you do showing up in your practice. Every time you breathe and move, doesn't matter what it looks like or where you think you should be, or all the ways that we kind of lose our stability looking for something else. All you're doing in class is just being aware and just noticing what's going on in your body, what's going on in your breath, and from those awarenesses, we can do the rest of the stuff. So my hope for you is just using that awareness of what you noticed in your body today to inform whatever it is that you need this week. And so inhale, arms come up, and exhale down to heart center. And the badass in me bows with deep, deep gratitude to the badass in you. We are one. Namaste.